Hey team, welcome to Yoga Sculpt number 7. This class is amazing. I love this program. For today, you're going to need a pair of heavy dumbbells. I have 20s, but you can go a little bit lighter. Also a pair of medium dumbbells. I have 10s, and a pair of light dumbbells. For when we do the flow, I have a pair of 5, but you can do 3s or 2s. We're going to start with a little preparatory flow before we get into the main course, the main action of this program. Drop down into a tabletop position. I'll let you know when I'm going to mirror you and when I don't. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're going to start with the left leg because I want you to see it. So left leg's going to pick up. We're going to go out first, so do a big hip circle, and then draw the knee to the chest, and then go reverse in, drawing the knees to the chest, kick it out, and then just drop over into almost like a lazy wild thing. Come back. We're going to do that 2 more times. So we go out with the hip, or the knee rather, keeping the torso and the pelvis somewhat stable. Draw it in, kick it out, and then look, just let the leg get heavy, and just let yourself drop down, rolling on the outside part of your tibia or your shin. Come back, last one, best one. Draw it in, it goes out, keeping the body and the pelvis still. Draw it in and then circle it the other way. Woo, it feels good. Kick out, opening up the hip, hearing those snap, crackle, and pops. Roll it, drop back to the other side, putting a little something in the middle. You can be on the balls of the feet or the tops of the feet. You're going to send the hips back into a child's pose and then roll through, arch the back, shine the powerful heart forward like a Care Bear that's incredibly ripped. A ripped Care Bear, there we go. Open up the chest and then scoop the belly around the spine, send the hips back. We'll do one more. Roll it, arch it, send it back. And then we're going to reset back into tabletop position. So you know what it looked like on the left side, so I'm just going to do it on the right side. You won't have that much of a vantage point, but it's all good. Right leg's going to pick up. We're going to rotate it out. Draw the knee in towards the chest, and then reverse that out. Fire hydrant, come back through, kick back out, and then just let the leg drop, rolling, kind of massaging the hips, outside, inside, reverse that. 2 more times. Out, knee comes in, fire hydrant, in, out, and then just drop it. Really important on this movement that you keep your hips and your ribs quiet as you can. Just like, shh, don't let them talk, because you really want to get into this hip joint. Oh, it feels so nice. Open up and out, let it drop. Rolling, you do a little open of the hip right there as well. Come back. We're going to do circular cat and cow, coming through a child's pose. So drop your hips to the right, swing it. Let your shoulders get into the mix. You can even do a little bit of a torso or a thoracic rotation. We'll do 2 more. Dropping, swinging, hips to the right, massaging into the hip. Last one. Then we're going to reverse the direction, swing the hips, send it back. This one feels awesome. You can take your time, shine the heart, roll it, and you can hang out, and not hang out for a long time, but you can, meaning if you feel something, you can kind of give it a little extra movement just to kind of free up the body. Finishing in the center. On this one, you're gonna come into what I would consider an extended tabletop position. So the hands are gonna be slightly forward of the shoulders. Right leg's gonna kick back, kind of like into a kneeling 3-legged dog. Draw the right knee in towards the elbow, place it down, and then let the hip externally rotate, and you're just gonna drop all the way down, and then push up. Kind of like a modified push-up, and then 2 more times. I'll extend, the knee's gonna draw in, place it down so I can do knee, ankle, it's open. This is a nice little stretch right here, and then you're just going to control it on the way down. Rolling all the way to the chest, and then pushing up. Last one, extend. As if someone's grabbing your foot and helping you stretch. Right, a little yoga helper. Opening up, and then this is a nice little stretch, but I'm not going crazy. I'm not like trying to jam my back. I'm more angled, and then lower down. Come back through. Woo, and then we're gonna go right to the other side. You'll be able to see it better this time. So left leg is gonna extend, kick the curtains. Here I go, you can go ankle, knee, and then I'm kind of opening up the hip, opening up the chest, and then just kind of drop down. Push up, 2 more, extend back. Notice I kind of let the torso slide back. Bring it in, squeeze, drop, open up the hip. Last one, kick it back. Ah, this one feels good too. Drop on down. Woo! Last little 2 patterns of movement that we got before we roll into the main flow. On this one, you can do basically a half fixed firm, except the knees can be a little bit wider, so you don't have to put them together if you're not that mobile right at the get-go. Heels are gonna be wide, let your hips drop between the heels, kind of a little rock back. Roll up, press your hips up, reach up, open up the back, a little mini back bend, do a full circle. Hands will plant in front, drop the hips back. You can do a little rocking action. Second one, maybe you'll go to your elbows. As long as your knees stay touching on the floor, it's no worries, mate. Reaching up, little mini back bend. As I do, I'm opening up my hands, my shoulders, circling, giving it up to the cosmos, planting the hands. And again, you can stop right here, or maybe now you're gonna roll a little bit further. Last one, best one. So movement, I'm gonna back bend, circle, getting in the shoulders, getting in my knees, getting in my hips, giving myself a little quad stretch. And some of you might be able to go completely flat off the get-go. If that's your range of motion naturally, good for you. If not, you can stop with the palms, the forearms, all that jazz. We'll just do one more for the cause. And that is the mobility and flexibility cause. Last bit on this one. For your preparatory flow, you're gonna come into downward dog. This one's pretty easy. You're gonna roll through, and as you do, you're gonna switch to the top of the right foot, and then just drop your shin down, and then back up. Stretch back hips, and then just lean slightly forward, drop the shin, rolling to the top of the foot. This one actually feels so amazing. Tracking the feet, the ankles. That was the second, this is the second set. I'm squeezing the core, obviously, just to control my deceleration or my descent so I just don't plop down. Whew. Last one coming up. Oh, so good. Coming to the top of the mat. Toes about hip width distance, grab opposite elbow, let yourself ragdoll. We are gonna breathe and just relax, stretching the hamstrings, release the arms, inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Main part of the flow, we're going through each little pattern 3 times. We're not holding anything. This is just dynamic, not too fast, not too slow. To start, we're going to do a modified vinyasa or a full vinyasa. Again, if your range of motion is there, for me, I'm going to poly-modify it. Lower down halfway. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, step back. I'm going to come from a downward dog, articulating through into a plank position, dropping both knees, lowering down halfway. Elbows go towards ribs, and then I'm going to lengthen the spine, but I'm going to keep my elbows bent and rotate the biceps out. Inhale, lengthening the spine, tuck back toes, downward dog. We're going to get right into the first part of the flow, pedal the knees, left and right. So each pattern of this flow we do 3 times. And then we move on to the next section. No holding. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step into low lunge. Set yourself up, knees stacked over ankle, back heel lifted, spine is nice and long. Inhale, crescent lunge, shoulders square, arms up. Exhale, coming into sun gaze. Inhale, arrowhead, meaning I'm gonna lean my spine forward, almost 45-degree, biceps with the ears. As you exhale, you're gonna kind of clasp the hands and come into a Shiva squat. The hands are gonna swing slightly outside the right hip like you're catching something, squeezing something. And then we have 2 more times on that. So step back, inhale, crescent. Sun gaze, I'm gonna bend the back knee, so you're gonna bend the back knee as well. Left knee is gonna bend, your right foot is forward, by the way. And as you exhale, coming into arrowhead. Clasp the hands, and you're gonna pull yourself forward, hinging. So on this one, you're gonna feel it more in your glute medius and your back, squeezing. Last time, best time. So back heel stays lifted, lengthening out of the hips. Inhale, crescent, exhale, take up the space. Sun gaze, elbows in, look up. Inhale, arrowhead. You're gonna feel it right now in your quad clasp, where relief is coming up. Hold here. Moving on to the next section, send the foot directly behind you, pivoting and transitioning into Warrior Two. Right knee stacked over ankle, heel to heel or heel to arch alignment, as they say. There's controversy in the yoga world about that. So you're in Warrior Two. On your next inhale, coming through Star Pose. And as you exhale, Warrior Two on the other side. We're gonna do that 2 more times. Inhale, Star Pose. Exhale, Warrior Two. Inhale, Star Pose. Heels in, toes out. Exhale, Warrior Two. Inhale, Star Pose. Reaching up. So basically my heels are facing in. And for this Star Pose, I'm doing a modified version where I'm reaching up because Super Star Pose. Warrior Two, shoulders over the hips, spine tall. Last time. Inhale, Star, heels in, toes out. So you are pivoting on the feet. Exhale, Warrior Two, facing the back. Spine is tall, letting the knee drift towards the ball of the foot. Moving on to the next section of our flow. Inhale, Star Pose. As you exhale, heels stay in, toes stay out. Drop your hips, knees go wide. Star gaze. And then you're going to arch or scoop the belly around the spine and then send everything forward. Arrow Star. Woo. Come back to Star Pose. So legs are going to be straight, arms up, sun gaze, elbows in. Second time around, and it goes right into it. So I'm going to scoop the belly as if you're doing a rounded cow pose, or cat pose rather, standing. Last one. So it opens up, Star, sun gaze, and just articulate everything. The ribs, the knees stay wide. Arch. We're going to flow right into the next section of our flow, opening into Warrior Two on the right side. Now, flip the lead palm, reach up and back, take a big inhale. Coming into Reverse Warrior, still in Warrior Two legs. Rotate the top bicep out, and as you exhale, you're going to swim through, transitioning through side angle, not stopping, and then you're going to pivot the foot, coming into more of a wushu stance. Left hand's going to be up, right palm's going to be down, catching. Almost like a modified Skandasana, 2 more times. Come back whence you came, coming through the side angle. Reverse Warrior.